谢大家。走过或者经历过新冠疫情的人，大概都跟我有一样的观察，就是再强大的病毒，或者是多么有普遍杀伤力的疫病，若是遇上了免疫力强的人，威力还是有限的，是吧？我们经验是这个样子。也因此呢，观察疫后经济里面发展最快的几个领域里面，一个就是产业了，反正一个叫做运动健身，我想大家应该看到健身房到处都是。另外一个就是营养补充品，不论是蛋白素，又或者是益生菌等等，表示有越来越多的人，包括年轻人，或者特别是年轻人，都开始把健康当成一种投资，而不再是放在退休准备金里面那个叫做医疗费用的一个非常悲惨的数字项目。今天，安利台湾天下杂志和康健杂志，我们共同举办的超越大健康世代大师趋势论坛，为大家特别邀请到的一位贵宾，就是今年迈入88岁的纽崔莱营养健康研究中心的总裁山姆仁伯博士。他的父亲。Anyway， 他的父亲卡尔仁伯在1934年就推出了以植物营养学为基础的一个营养补充品的一个品牌。这个品牌今天纽崔莱，事实上这个品牌在营养补充品产业的地位跟分量，我想不用我今天再多说，现场一定已经有很多的爱用者了。此外，Sam 事实上更是一个懂得把日子过好的生活家。为什么这么说呢？纽崔莱产品产品线上市不久，他就从管理者的位置上面请休了个3年的假，3年哦，自己驾驶帆船环游世界到39个国家去研究跟探访当地的饮食习惯跟风土民情。真的是一个勇敢的壮游者，非常的厉害。今天他要跟我们分享的重点就是88岁的他是怎么样来经营自己的 work-life balance， 又怎么样让自己活得更健康、更快乐，而且更长寿的。在台湾即将进入超高龄社会的今天，真的很需要听到更多这样子的案例。我们可以从他们身上学到个人健康的成功做法之外，更让我们可以看比较清楚一点，所谓幸福社会应该怎么样来重新定义健康的标准。Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome President of Neutralite Health Institute, Dr. Sam Renborg.
Is everybody in here eating Neutralite? Okay. Hey, it's great to see you. It's always fun to come back to this wonderful country. And thank Ms. Wu for I didn't understand what you said. I hope it was good. But thank you very much for your comments. And it's very much fun to be back in this country that I like so much. I don't know how many of you know, my first visit to here was more than 40 years ago to help launch Neutralite. And it was an experience that I will never forget. It was so wonderful, and people embraced what we were doing and captured the concept of healthy living. That was 40 years ago, and they understood it back then. And here we are today. So it's so much fun to be back here. And in those days, we were able to launch only one product. The government hadn't yet get convinced that we were good or not, and they allowed us to just introduce one product. It was Neutralite Protein. Remember? For those of you, anybody around, remember that product? You. Well, the interesting part of all that, of course, is that that product became the biggest seller in the world of Nutrilite protein. They sold more Nutrilite protein than all the other countries put together. They loved the product. And it was the only product that they had of Nutrilite, and they sold it to everyone, and it was quite a wonderful beginning for Nutrilite in this country. So I've been back numerous times since then, and it's always a delight to be here. And your community and how you work together as friends and people has always been amazing to me. The way you work together and make things work out. And it's a very unique characteristic, which I think the rest of the world should know more about how to work together as people when you have challenges. And you guys have been absolutely perfect in this. So I'm certainly excited to be here to talk to you about healthy living, but I certainly know that an awful lot of people in the audience already know a lot about healthy living. And but before I even say that, I wanted to just comment just briefly that I want to express my, wellness and good thinking for the people who went through the terrible situation that you had here, your violent weather patterns that really wreaked havoc in this part of the world. And at the same time, almost, same things happening in our country. And we call them hurricanes down there, you call them typhoons, but very similar and very destructive and growing dramatically. And people now are wanting to understand how come. And again, science comes into play as we begin to realize that humans have been a big factor in all of this, in the way we manage our countries and our take care of our soils and our plants and our animals. Nature's coming back to get us, and we've got a lot of work to do. And when I speak with you folks here, and many times, I've always found your interest in nutrition and fitness and understanding the importance of that. Not just to solve problems when people get ill, but to embrace when the people are young so they can have a strong, active life for all of their living, and to make the world and your country a better place. And that's what I've always seen when I've been here. Everybody's so friendly. Everywhere you go, people are ready to help you, get there. And if you've got a problem, they help you get an answer. And it's a very unique characteristic, which I would hope the rest of the world would embrace. Because frankly, we better get to that point very quickly here in our planet, or we're going to have more problems than we're experiencing right now. So I'm confident that we'll reach that point, because where I see this interest is coming from the children of today. All of you have children, and I know so many kids from Taiwan who have come to our country and going to school there. They're smart, and they're doctors and stuff like that. But all over the world, the children are beginning to realize that they have to take control of this world and help make it a better place. So everywhere that I travel, and I get the privilege of going to some wonderful universities, I find that the children of today are much better than the children when I was a child, because we just want to get through school and have fun. Now, when you talk to the children of today, they're saying, hey, we want to make this world a better place to live. Matter of fact, we have to do that. And so there's so many of them now that are working in this arena, and I think it bodes very well for the future, and I think you should feel great pleasure in seeing that spirit has come from places like this country. And I just thank you for that. Give yourself a bit of applause, because it's really quite something. So, today I'm supposed to talk about healthy living, and I guess I'm 88 years alive, and I've been eating Nutrilite, and have been eating healthily, I guess, all my life. And even before then, because my father was eating Nutrilite, my mother was eating it, and so anyway, I'm the longest user of good nutrition, if you will, and so I'm the lucky one to have been through all that. And now we're trying to get people in Amway, and the world is really beginning to realize how important healthy living is. And healthy living, it doesn't start when you're 70 or 80. It starts the day you're born, right? And if you accomplish all those things, you could still be doing these wonderful things in this part of life. And that's what it should be all about. And it's going to take all of us, particularly the young kids who are smart. We've got to find the solutions to some of these answers, that are plaguing our worlds. Just have to get after that. And it's really exciting to see that interest in the children of today and the kids of today. And it bodes well, I think, for the future. We've got some tough rolling to get through all of this, but I think we're beginning to go and start to go in the right direction. And that gives me a great deal of hope. And while I'm 88 now, I'd like to stick around for another 20 years so I can see how this all evolves. And so I'm going to give you my version, but you're probably going to know most of this on what healthy living is all about. But they asked me to give what are the basic factors of healthy living and what it's all about. So it's really, you kind of think of it, it's all about bringing balance, back into your life. I guess that's the one thing I always ask people to think of when they think of health. It's not just at an old age period, when the kids are young, when we're growing up, to get that balance properly so we can be the healthiest adults in the world, athletically, mentally, so we can just lead wonderful, active, physical lives and make the world a better place. Pretty simple. That's what balance is all about. And again, of course, we want to extend this health span activity so that more and more people can embrace it at an early age and thereby live more happier and active, healthy lives for the future. That's what we're all about. And if we do all that, we can do some magnificent things, because the science is beginning to unfold so many exciting things about health and nutrition. My father, when I just discovered vitamin C when he was just doing his first research. And when he traveled he lived in China for a long while, as you know, and he was so fascinated by the they call them the barefoot doctors in China, who would travel about China. These are people, you all have heard about them, but they were out to try to help people live better lives. And he noticed that they were feeding a lot of plant materials to people. It seemed to help them be healthier. And my father began to say, hey, there must be something to that. Whereas modern Western science of the day thought, oh, they're just kind of these crazy guys that hike through the mountains. He said, no, there must be something more to it. And he became very interested in studying plants for their nutritional content, and that's how we all started, and what we're still doing, and we're finding more and more, almost every month, new ideas and new things that we can do to make the world a better place. So the health span is more than just hanging more years into your life, but active physical lives that are really fun and productive till the day you go. Hopefully the old age is real short. And anyway, that's what we're all about, and that's why we think people are so excited about it. So we say, the key to all this, of course, is to stay curious about the world. It's changing rapidly, and keep learning. Because when I was just in college, kids today are so much smarter today than they were when I was in college. So you got to keep learning, keep going, keep listening, and you listen to some of the young folks, because they're pretty darn smart, and they know we've got to make some changes. And I think we're going to see those happening down the road. And by all of that, for that means for us, as part of this, is to be curious at every age of your life, and that we call that your growth mindset. That's what it's all about. And so, if you're lucky then, and we want to think of helping people live to their oldest age possible, say that's around 100, maybe it's 110 or 100 more than that, but you want that to be a an active time for your life for the whole period. So that when you get old, you're still creating and making things better for people and designing new things and new products and new ideas that you've learned from your years of experience. So the world has a lot to offer out there. Another major thing, of course, in health being is to exercise. And we sometimes think if you just take supplements, that's all you need to do. No, you've got to take the whole baggage in there. You've got to have good eating habits. You've got to have good exercise habits. You have good thinking habits. All those things come into play to make you a healthy, active, vigorous individual to meet the challenges of today. And certainly many of the health challenges and experiences that we face today are inevitable. When you get older, you're going to get older, but if you know what to do and you do the training and education, you can delay that until a much later age. You may not be able to do the same vigorous types of things, but you could still be doing things actively and physically active to have a happy, exciting, fulfilling life for you and to enjoy the kids and all that you've created and help them down their way. So that's big. Another component, I think, in healthy living is to build a strong community of friends. And I think when you see people who are healthy and active, they have lots of friends, and they're helping them to do whatever challenges they have, and that brings happiness and joyfulness as you get older. And people, when you get older, you lose a lot of friends. I've lost a lot of my buddies from school because they weren't following my thoughts on good eating and good feeding, and they're gone. And I feel sad about that. I wish I'd been able to do more at a younger age to get them on the right track. So I'm the lucky guy, right? Here I am, 88. Actually, I'm 89 if you're Chinese, because when you're born over there. So sometimes I balloon it up and say I'm 89, but I'm still 88. At any rate, I'd like to be 100, maybe 18. That'd be good. And I don't know where she is, but I have a wonderful wife who keeps me active in all of this, and that's part of all of it. I don't know, where are you, honey? Just pop your head up. Where is she? Oh, she's right there. She's hiding. She gave me some advice on speaking. She said, keep your head high, don't look around too much. And here she's right down below me, see? So I was just following your advice. But Francesca and I, that's part of our life, is traveling the world and helping people, better understand what healthy living is all about. And healthy living, starts the day, maybe it starts before you're born, and you want to get that into your families to help you lead the most optimum, positive life they possibly can. And that's an exciting adventure. And when you see that happen, and we're so lucky now at our age, and we're still enjoying our kids and grandkids, and seeing them grow and prosper and help make changes. That's what life's all about. So that's another aspect of this healthy living that we talk about. Then I think there's another thing, is the importance of seeing yourself, doing all these things, and being positive about the things that you're involved in, and taking advantage of those extra years through thinking of all the things you've been through and the advantages and knowledge that you've accumulated from living and traveling and meeting people all over the world. Out of that then comes knowledge on what we can do to make the world a better place. Our vision, and Francesca and I talk a lot about this. We've got big problems in this world, but people who are going to solve it are people like you in the audience. We've got to get people. We can't depend on somebody doing all these things. We've got to get involved and know about it and be a part of it and help people embrace good eating, embrace exercising, embrace thinking right, and really getting excited about what we can do to make this world a better place. And it's certainly the most magnificent, world that I know of. And I'm an avid astronomer. I haven't found any others out there that can compete with us. So we're very lucky and very fortunate to be in this situation where we can really do good things that matter for people. So I always say it's in your future to make this a better life. It's in your body to make it better. and you want to figure out those kind of things in terms of exercise that can keep you going. It doesn't have to be terribly complicated, but exercise is a very important part of this. Me, very simple. I exercise Francesca will tell you, I get up every morning and I do 1 hour of weightlifting and up and down exercises, and I never miss a day at that. As the day goes on, I try to get into running. But that's when you're out there with the people, it's more difficult. But we get our exercise in, and we're avid skiers and sports people and all the different things that we like to do that keeps us active, keeps our mind sharp, and come and visit countries like this to see what you're doing and how you're coping with these challenges and making your world a better place. I told you when we come through here today, we go, my God, what a beautiful city. I wish Los Angeles could be half this beautiful. How clean you keep it, how careful you take care of all these things that make life so wonderful. So you learn from the traveling, and you learn from your exercising and the hobbies that you take and the people that you meet to help make this world a better place. And so that's really what it's all about. And so you want to also, you've got the opportunity to make the most of your life by really embracing those things that give you pleasure and happiness in the world around you. So I encourage you, even at whatever age you're in, to get involved in this business and in other businesses that can help people live better lives and make the world a better place. We're going into some amazing challenges for this planet right now. And so you need to read up on that and understand it, and so that you can help better make the proper moves to make this planet a better place for all of us. Because it is a magnificent planet that we're on. And we want to have our kids and grandkids and who come after us to have the same benefits that we've had in our lives. So I wish you great success. Thank you for having me here. I could yak on and talk a lot about this, but I know all of you, or many of you, have been very good students of nutrition and fitness and wellness and all the factors that make a healthy living important. I urge you to keep moving with those. Come see us in California. I got to get more people out here to see what you're doing as the world comes together and we begin to solve these basic problems. Get involved, speak up, and let the world know what you think should be happening. Because all these things come into play. And if we do that, I think we can make this world a better place, and a better place for our kids and our children that come after us. I wish you the greatest success, and come visit us in California when you can and see what we're doing. Business is exploding. We're building all over the place in the United States and other countries, and the whole world is kind of waking up to what health and fitness is all about. So Amway has been a leader in this, and we're very fortunate that we have the capability through Amway to have, literally 60, 70 countries. All these people are working together. And to go to some of these meetings that I go to, there may be people from 30 countries all talking together about how we can make Amway better, how we can make better products. That's pretty unique. And that's how you can affect change. When those people go back to their homes, they take those same messages and begin to work at making their lands and their children and their environments better for their people to make the world a better place. So that's it. And I love you guys, and I appreciate all that you've done and your support. And I'm going to get out of here. They're going to pull me out and carry me out. So I love you all, and do come see us when you can. And I wish you great love and success as you move your businesses forward. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sam Rainbow. Thank you so much. There was a lot of energy, a lot of passion, a lot of wisdom. 88 or 89 years young, everybody. Dr. Sam Rainbow. Let's hear it one more time. 我再给 Dr. Sam 一个掌声。Oh yes. 谢谢，我们再次谢谢 Dr. Sam 为我们带来这么多的能量，这么多的热情，以及他88岁或者是89岁他的一生的智慧再次谢谢我们的总裁。那接下来呢，我们进入到下一场的专题演讲